Welcome back to AM Break. We are here with a special guest. We have a state agency head. This is Cissy Proctor with the Department of Economic Opportunity. Lately, you've seen the name in the news quite a bit. Huge things going on for your organization, your agency. So we're so proud to have a woman in charge of something that has been the governor's huge priority, which is making sure there are more jobs in the state and things like that. But let's go ahead and have you tell us more about the agency, and then we'll get into some other things.
Sure. So the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity focuses on community, economic, and workforce development for the state. So we work with a whole network of economic development organizations to make sure that we're helping diversify our economy, make sure that we are helping to train the workforce of today and tomorrow, and just providing that economic competitive business environment to make sure that businesses like small businesses like this one right here are able to grow and prosper. So it's quite an honor to be able to serve in this position, to be able to work with the governor and small businesses and large businesses every single day.
And in Florida, that is a huge deal, and again, a massive priority of this particular governor. So as a woman, do you have any advice to other women as to how to get to this position in life? Maybe not your exact job, but just the level that you are.
So I've been at the agency for about 4.5 years now, and I started out as Deputy Legislative Affairs Director and have served in the leadership role as Executive Director for 1.5 years now. But prior to that, I practiced law at a local law firm here in Tallahassee, and decided that I wanted to go into public service. And so I made a change in life. And
that's very unusual to go from law to public service. Wow.
It did, and so I was, ready for a change and ready for something new and exciting, and I was passionate about it. And so, when you have a passion for what you want to do, you really can do anything. So not only was I, kind of looking for that change, finding the team I wanted to work with. Luckily, I came right into the Department of Economic Opportunity with a new leadership team and under Governor Scott, which I was really excited about. But I also had a group of women that I kind of talked to every day that helped me make the decision to make that leap.
It's good having that tribe, good tribe of women. You surround yourself with successful people.
You need a tribe, for sure.
So you mentioned Governor Scott. He is laser focused on creating jobs. Why do you think that is so important in our economy in Florida and what you're doing?
So a job is one of the most important things to people. So you think about it. I mean, the governor talks a lot about jobs are important, education's important, and keeping your family safe. And when you have a job, you're able to support your family. You're able to move forward with your career. It's incredibly important. And so what we want across the state is an environment where if somebody wants to make a career change, there is the training out there to make sure they can do that. If they want to enter the workforce for the first time, there is that opportunity out there. If the businesses aren't creating jobs and have those help wanted signs out, then they don't have those opportunities. And so you kind of have to look at both sides. You want to have the training to make sure people are able to take those jobs on and get to work on day one, and you want the support for the businesses so they are in an economy where they have opportunities to grow and expand and create more jobs.
Sure. Yeah, that's actually, I never thought of it that way. A job is pretty much the epitome of being able to buy stuff and take care of your family. That is very true. So what is next for the Department of Economic Opportunity? I know you just got a massive appropriation this session. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge deal for you guys. What's next for the agency?
So we got $85 million in a new program. It's the Job Growth Fund, which is going to allow us to continue to invest in public infrastructure across the state, as well as a trained and talented workforce. So we're going to be able to make very strategic, concentrated investments to help grow and diversify our economy. And that's really what we're focused on right now, is continuing the efforts that we have been making for the last 6 years to grow the economy, to grow jobs, to keep supporting the private sector, and making sure that we are helping with that versus standing in the way. So making sure that we are continuing to reduce the time it takes for businesses like this. If they want to open their doors, you want them to be able to open quickly and not have to do a lot of go through a lot of red tape. And so we think about that every single day. What is the impact we have on businesses?
So what would you say to moms, dads, of 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds. What is the next big job area that we should be concentrating on? Because we're going to see a deficit sooner than later. Is there any one area in terms of work, employment, that we need to, as a state and country, need to focus on because we're about to lose that particular trade?
Sector or whatever, yeah.
So we're really focused right now on STEM education.
Wonderful, yeah.
And so that's incredibly important. But making sure, the first step is making sure you get the education. So you need to obviously graduate from high school, go get a higher education, learn talents like public speaking and making sure that you are working with your children to make sure they understand the importance of teamwork and showing up to work on time and understanding how to work with a supervisor, for instance. A lot of those soft skills are missing right now, and we know that's incredibly important. But you got to match those with the ability to do math, to understand engineering. If you want to go work with Blue Origin or SpaceX that are launching rockets on the Space Coast,
right,
you got to have those engineering degrees. You got to have that advanced manufacturing skill set and workforce. So those jobs are incredibly important.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's always awesome to have a woman who's doing so fantastic.
Futurist female.
I know. We love it. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We expect great things out of you for the next couple of years with DEO. And again, thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.